I think it'll be a lot smoother.
What have you noticed about how those two guys are similar to what Stetson likes and different also?
I think everybody's unique. I know that sounds cliche, but genuinely, like, I don't think any of those guys are the same other than their poise. I think maybe they possess the poise of Stetson, but to be honest with you, everybody's unique. Everybody has their own individual skill set, how they like to lead, how they like to handle things, how they may like to call plays, how they may like to talk to their teammates. All of those things are independent of themselves, and I think that's what makes each guy themselves.
Talk to me about you found a lot of ways to honor Chandler and Devin. Do you guys have anything planned for this season, especially you guys as an offensive line?
I can't really speak on that for the simple fact of who knows what will come out. I know in the offensive line room, like, we don't sit where Dev sat. That's like our way of like remembering that he was there. But it's just really understanding that, you know, it was a tragic event, and, you know, the love that we have for both of them isn't going anywhere.
So, who are some of the younger guys that have stepped over the offseason that you've seen, and specifically who do you think is going to fill in that left tackle position?
Are you talking specifically offensive line, or are you talking like, okay? I'm gonna be honest. I really like the way that Alou Ba has been working this summer. Alou has really done numbers. Has really turned himself to a really solid player, I think. But as far as the left tackle position, it's definitely going to be a battle, and I look forward to it. I think that both guys, Blasky and Ernest, are capable of playing that spot. And to be honest with you, I hope that both of them get a chance to show that they can do it. But I'm not worried about who gets the spot, because to be honest with you, I'm comfortable with either one of them.
Sedrick, you guys were originally supposed to play Oklahoma this season. Were you guys at all disappointed when that came?
Absolutely not. I think UT Martin will be a great opponent for us. Like, that's going to be a chance in Sanford Stadium. I think we're going to get to show what we can be this season, and I look forward to it. I don't think it's disappointment at all. Like, I think UT Martin will be a really good team. They're going to come in hot. They're going to come in fired up, you know, to play there. So I think it'll be a good test for us.
Sedrick, getting an opportunity to Oklahoma and Texas join the league next year?
I think ultimately it'll definitely make the league more competitive for sure, because when you have all of those teams playing each other, like, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for sure. So ultimately I think that they'll enhance the league for sure.
You'll have a trip to Neyland this season. What's your opinion on that environment? What are you looking forward to about the game?
I think it'll be a great environment along with all of the other places in the SEC. I think it's a very unique place. It'll be fun to play in. But ultimately, I think it'll be a tough place to play in the same regards as it is everywhere in the SEC.
Sedrick, on Real Talk Georgia quite a bit this season, and how has it been like just being able to talk with your teammates about that and being able to maybe create a new platform for football players?
Can you repeat that question?
You've been on Real Talk Georgia a lot with some of your teammates that have created the podcast. Talk to me about what it's been like being able to talk on the podcast and being able to have that platform as a football player.
I think it's cool just for the aspect of we're able to kind of, I guess in spurts, talk some of the locker room talk that we talk. Like, obviously we can't just let everything out, but it's a way for us to kind of show, you know, who we are outside of the football field and, you know, with the helmet off. So I think it's a great platform. I think that it's definitely something that's good for college football. It allows guys to definitely put themselves out there. So I look forward to it.
So you talked about the need for accountability as these traffic and speeding incidents are going on, especially after such a tragedy happened and it doesn't maybe seem to be getting through. How are you actively holding guys accountable?
That's a great question. I think it comes in spurts. I think it comes in different ways. I think that, one, it takes a realization within each other to realize that we are all responsible for each other, in the sense of when one person makes a mistake, it's not just on you, it's on everybody. So you don't only look bad, we all look bad. But also, I think as a brother, you have to understand that usually that guy is beating himself up for the mistake that he made. And it's not on you to go curse him out. It's not on you to go put him down, because we all make mistakes. We all fall short. And yes, you have to take responsibility, but it's also on you to help that guy. All right, so you had this issue. If we're out and I know that you possibly can make that issue again, and nah, bro, I got you. I'm going to take you home. You good. Like, it's those type of things that I think are how we're looking to handle it and how we have been handling it.
Year 3 as a starters, most of that time being spent next to Tate Ratledge and Xavier Truss. What does continuity mean to you as a center playing with those guys?
To be honest with you, it means a lot just for the simple fact of its familiarity. Like, looking to the left and to the right, knowing that I've had, I don't know, I'm just going to throw a number out there, but 500, 600, 700 snaps with those guys, and that's not even including practice. So just knowing that those guys, you know how they're going to step, you know how they're going to play a block, you know how they're going to work a combo, you know how they're going to set on a sort, like all of those things, it helps you out because it makes your job a lot easier. I think a lot of people, when they talk about offensive linemen and they talk about how great a offensive lineman may be, I don't think people really take into account how much playing next to somebody that you know and have a connection with plays into that, because you may be great, but a lot of that may be from just being comfortable playing to the guy next to you.
What's the best way to keep complacency from affecting the program? You guys are talking about complacency. What's the best way to keep that from affecting?
Just like I was saying earlier, is just the knowing that nobody from the previous two teams is going to go out there and play for you. Like, Jordan Davis isn't putting on a jersey this year for Georgia. Like, he's not playing. So it's just understanding that, yes, what those guys have accomplished is great, but this team has not accomplished anything. We have not played a game yet. We have not played anybody. We haven't done anything. So I think it's really just understanding that if you want what they had, you have to work for it. And I think that's just the biggest thing, understanding that all of your opponents are great. All of those guys are going to come with it. They're going to be prepared. Nobody's going to be unprepared. Everybody's going to be giving you their best shot. So it's up to you to make sure that you're working just as hard, if not more, than the guys that came before you, to try and hopefully, by the grace of God, achieve something that you want.